guys, it's Miss Simpson, and it is time for math today. I am going to talk to you a little bit about something that you are going to learn when you are older. Now, it's the first step in you learning algebra when you get older. So, I'm going to give you a simple word problem, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So, let's say Susie and Anna have 89 apples together. Susie and Anna have 89 apples together. If Susie has 25 apples, how many does Anna have? So, Susie and Anna have 89 apples together. If Susie has 25 apples, how many apples does Anna have? So, when we read this, that was my understand, and then we plan out our problem. I'm going to plan out a strip diagram. I have 89 apples all together. That's my whole. And then I have two people. Susie has 25 and Anna has, we don't know. So I'm going to put an A. Now, this A we're going to put a letter there instead of a number. This letter is called a variable, and it represents an unknown number. It's the first step in transitioning you to algebra when you get older. So instead of putting blanks like this or question marks like this, we put letters in algebra. It's the same thing as an unknown number. It's just a letter. So don't let the letters confuse you. Any letter. This could have been A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S, U, V. All of those. Any of those. Don't let it confuse you. It's just an unknown number. So if you see a letter, it stands for an unknown quantity that you are trying to find. So if I was doing this, I would know 25 plus A gives me 89. That could be my equation. So in order to figure this out, since these two are on top of each other, I would do 89 minus 25, and that would give me 64. So A would equal 64. That's my unknown quantity. So a lot of times they give you problems that have these unknown quantities in them. For example, on a assignment that you were going to do either today or tomorrow, they have letters like R, M, even right here, they have S or L. That just means an unknown quantity that you are trying to find. So you have to find and write equations for these word problems with an unknown quantity, with a variable in them, and with some strip diagrams. So we're going to do some practice together today, and you are going to practice down below with a few practice problems, and we're going to do this for the rest of this week. So, Carrie bought 8 books for $5 each and a book light for $12 at the book fair. Which equation can be used to find T, the total that she spent? So, T is our variable, and it's what we're trying to find. So, here is how I solve these. In your UPS check model, you have the UPS check. This is where you understand the problem. This is where you plan out your problem. And when you plan, a lot of you write equations. That's how you're going to solve it. The only difference is they put that T in there. So how would you solve this? 8 books for $5 each and a book like for $12. So would you add all of them up? Would you multiply 8 times 5 and then add 12? Would you multiply them all together? Would you multiply them all together? Well, if I have 8 books, and they are, in my plan, I'm going to draw a picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each book is $5. And then I also bought this nice little book light for $12. I can add all of that up, sure. But when it says 8 for $5, I am actually multiplying. So I would definitely do 8 times 5. Then after I multiply that, I would probably add 12. So is there one that matches this? Yeah, B. So really, when they ask you to do that, they're just asking you to do the plan portion of your UPS check strategy. They're just asking you to do the plan portion of your UPS check strategy. And you have to have the variable. Now, the variable isn't mixed in with your equation. It's just the T, the total. It's your answer, what you don't know, what you're trying to find. So this one looks a little bit different. It has a strip diagram. We've been using strip diagrams for all kinds of things lately. So let's go ahead and let's try this. Matt sold 7 games at his Nana's garage sale for $5 each. He also sold a football. He made a total of $43. Which diagram best represents F as the amount of the football? So here, right here, remember, your total goes on the top. So let's go ahead and let's see which one has the total on the top. $43 is our total. So total should be on the top. It is. So that could be a question. F is on the top. We want to know the amount of the football. That's our F. 43 is our total, our whole entire much money he made. So it can't be that one. $5. He didn't make $5. He made a total of 43. So 43. Okay. So he has 7 games and a football. So the bottom is where you split up your line with how many things you have. So you need 7 games and an unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games, and we have an unknown quantity. So that one makes sense. This one only has one $5. Did he sold 1 game? No, he sold 7 games, so it can't be D. So like I said, these kind of problems are your P part. Your P, your UPS check, it's the P, it's your plan. Let's go ahead and we're going to do 2 more, and then I'll let you get started. Let me move my paper out of the way, guys. Sorry. Chip, Rob, and Steve scored a total. Okay, total. Remember, in a strip diagram, the total is your top. They sold a total of 300 points on their computer game. Rob and Steve scored the exact same score, but Chip's score was the same as their score combined. Which diagram shows the best way to find C, the amount Chip scored? Here's the thing. That was a really confusing problem. First thing that we know is we've got 300 on the top because that's our total. So let's go through and let's mark off the ones that don't have our total. So that one has the total at the top. That one doesn't. That one does, and that one doesn't. Okay, so let's read the problem one more time and figure out what they want us to find. Rob and Steve scored the exact same score, but Chip's score was the same as their score combined. Which diagram shows the best way to find C? So, if I have C, R, and S, those are variables. They stand for Rob, Steve, and Chris. Does it make sense to just leave variables in there? Is this a way that's going to help you solve the problem? No, it's not. Let's try this one. If I add 75 plus 75, I get 150. So, these two combined are 150. So, it says Rob and Steve scored the exact same score, so that would be 75 and 75. But Chip's score was the same as their score combined. So, to find out Chip's score, I can then check. Well, if I take 300 and subtract 150, if I get 150, then that's my answer. Did I get 150? Yeah. So he scored 150. The variables on the bottom, there are no numbers to help me solve the problem. So that's not a good answer choice. C, even if you didn't know how to figure it out, you would have to know it was C because adding those variables in there, they don't help you at all. Let's try this one. Jerica and Tiana went to see a movie at the theater. The movie was 1 hour and 45 minutes long. and the previews before the movie began lasted 15 minutes. They stood at the concession stand for 12 minutes. Then they took another 10 minutes in the restroom. Which equation best helps to find T, the total time sitting in the movie theater? So, how am I going to figure out how long they were in the movie theater? So, am I going to add 60? 60 would be my hour. 45, 15, 12, and 10. The M stands for minutes. Would that give me the total time if I added all that up? Yeah, probably. What if I only added 60, 45, and 15? What about the 12 and the 10? That doesn't make sense. 1 minute. Why do I need 1 minute? 1 minute. Oh, I know what they did. They got 1 hour and they changed it to 1 minute. You can't do that because there's 60 minutes in an hour. You have to account for all the minutes, not just the hours. You can't do that. And this one doesn't have enough. 1 plus 12 plus 10. There was 15 and 45 in there. So the answer is automatically A. My favorite thing about these type of problems is you can typically narrow them down to 1 or 2 answer choices, and then from there, you can choose the most reasonable, even if sometimes you don't know the answer or you're having trouble with it. So today, you are going to do some practice problems right down below. I want to see what you can do with these. Word problems are sometimes kind of tricky, but in my opinion, these are some of the easier ones because you can narrow down your choices much easier. So you have a few problems right down below. I just want you to open it up and complete them to the best of your ability. I love you so much. Have a great day.